Alright, so got one of those cliche vlogger, it's gonna be a really busy day type of days coming up. Bye, man. It's mostly just like a mix of things I need to get done for people at the shop, things I want to have done at the shop, and then I've got a meeting tonight that I've got to get to that we've been trying to have forever. So I got to get moving because I might miss the ferry as usual. Yep, I missed it. I think it's gonna be one of those days, but I really don't feel like sitting around waiting for it. If only Halifax could get their act together. If only Halifax could get their act together and actually finish the bridge so that I could ride over it. Get pretty tired of being at the mercy of all these different shuttle services that leave at slightly different times constantly. Carnival's in town. Everything there looks so sketchy. Looks like the sun wants to come out a little bit at least. And on the bright side, I actually got to ride my bike a little bit more this morning than I normally would. So that's kind of a bonus. I actually didn't do too bad for time. I'm still a terrible employee. There's a lot of things I want to do today, but all of which will have to take place after I get a coffee. The sun is coming out. The sun is coming out. It seems Halifax got the notice that they need to build up and not out. Maybe the city will get better. Oh, hey, Dan. What are the odds that I would 2 seconds?
I was literally 2 seconds.
Mine says 15 minutes. Alright, so no shortage of tasks to do today. Like clean up the mess that I made last night while I was building some bikes. And realized that I stayed late. And I was like, I don't want to stay late. I gotta get out of here. And then more exciting than that is building these up. So these are my buddy Ian's. You've seen Ian in the vlog before. He was in I think he was in the second one that I ever did. Those are really old. In the world of bicycling, those are really old. Anything older than 2 years old is ancient. So those are older Zip 808s with an aluminum brake track and it's a clincher, not a tubular. That we're building up to an old head Belgium hub and a Toon front hub with some Sapim CX-Ray spokes. I don't know if I said Sapim correct or not. It doesn't matter. So this is one of the tasks that I want to for sure get done today because there's some time trialing going on this weekend, and those will make sure that Ian wins. Because as we all know, it's the products on your bike that make you fast, not yourself. Sarcasm. And obviously further to that, I'd like to tidy up a little bit more. Really been investing myself and my time and efforts into this store lately. I don't really know why. I think I just want it to reflect better on my efforts, and it seems to be working. Definitely not every bit of working in a bike store is glamorous. I don't know, sometimes I make it seem like I get to test a lot of really cool bikes and come across a bunch of cool things, but I really only get to deal with like 3 brands: Raleigh, Specialized, and Felt. Every so often someone will kind of ask me to like review a different bike, and it's always kind of awkward because it makes it seem like I'm a real bike reviewer, and I'm not. If I get a hold of a cool bike that I think people might enjoy a video of, it actually has nothing to do with whether I think people will enjoy it or not. I just kind of like mimicking the bigger channels, and I'm like, well, I wonder if I could review a bike. So I'll make a review of a certain bike, like the Roubaix, for example, and the Tamland video, that came about because I just had access to those bikes. No one from any of these brands, I'm sure, actually sees these videos, and if they do, they don't care because there aren't enough views, and I'm not putting enough effort in to try and get enough views. I don't share these anywhere. So I know that like the people who ask these questions, you're probably not watching a vlog. You really just kind of search for a bike and then you want it compared to something else. I'm not really the guy for that. I don't have access to other brands' bikes. I'm a dork who works at a bike store and makes videos while he does it. Yesterday got wildly away from me. Like, out of nowhere, every time I tried to do something with these, someone would come in, I was busy, talking to people. Bike shop stuff that you would kind of expect to have happen, which sort of left me without being able to work on these, and without being able to really shoot a whole lot of video for the rest of the day. But I had so much stuff already shot, and I've already done this a few times this week alone, where I've started a video, day gets away from me and I can't finish it. So I'm just going to continue where I left off yesterday. The idea behind yesterday was I was going to actually get these wheels hopefully laced up. I wanted to do it on video, so I didn't want to start doing it without the camera on. I might have to abandon that slightly, but I will have video of these done and hopefully some of the work that I did. Beyond that, like I had a meeting. I ended up driving up there with the boss. That would seem like a bit of a weird time to vlog. Obviously, I wasn't gonna vlog at the meeting, and then it was like 10 o'clock by the time I got home. It was pretty dark out, so there was really nothing left there. I basically just had to do something with the dog and go to bed. Actually, I edited a little bit. So busy time of year for everything. I will say I rode with a light from Specialized. Specialized is one of these brands that you could almost critique for doing too much stuff, but I was riding with this on the way home because I didn't have a light. It's massive and sort of ugly, but holy moly is it ever bright, and it kept me from dying on a really dark like rails to trails path on the way home. Also got like a ton of new stock that came in that was supposed to come in before. That's not super exciting news for you, but it is for me because I get to look at something different now. That's more or less just info that you guys don't need to know. But all these boxes are full of helmets. And there's hopefully one in here that's gonna look half decent, and I'll have a new one at the end of this vlog. So yeah, I'll get to something interesting and then I'll record it. But for now, I got a lot to do. So I'll check back in later. Well, if there's anything that never fails, if you want to get someone to come into your bike store, try and do something you're interested in. Try and work on anything cool. And someone will come in. Someone will come into your bike store. So if things are slow, put a bike you like in the stand, or just do anything. Anyway, I'm gonna start building these wheels finally. Alright, I'm gonna have to do some interesting stuff here, like feed a nipple through with another spoke to get to this spoke, because these are so friggin' deep. Alright, so that's one side done. This is not as bad as I'm like making it out to be. It's actually going together not bad. It's just really, really deep, and there's like a membrane that's, or whatever you want to call it. However these are formed, some plastic kind of stays in there, or whatever it is they use for the mold stays in there, and it gets kind of caught up when you're trying to put a nipple through. Beyond that, you know, it's just like building any other wheel. It just seems fancier. Well, lined up well. Man, that is going to be a good looking wheel. Not even mine, and I'm excited. They're not tensioned. That is just a laced wheel. It's not tensioned, but I want to get the rear wheel laced as well, and then I'll tension them together. But for some stupid reason, Ian keeps mounting his tires back onto his rims, and these gator skins are so tight that you gotta fight with them to get them off. In total, I have about probably half an hour into these so far, excluding interruptions. With interruptions, I have about 50 minutes into it. All right. I finished just in time with all the interruptions so that I can actually get home at a half decent hour, and these are ready to start being tensioned. I'll do that tomorrow. I've been wanting to get these. I've been wanting to get these together because I've had the spokes now for like 4 days, and I know I can at least lace a wheel relatively quick, and they just look badass.